Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as usual, and we did have a channel that we were paying attention to, which was this one here. But as you can see, we broke to the downside and then immediately came back into that channel. So we're going to delete that for now because I don't think it's got any relevance to what's happening at the moment. And then what we're going to do is draw that trend line there, and that gives you a triangle, which is a flat top triangle, which is typically a bullish structure. We are below the moving average at the moment, so still pretty much should be trading with a trend to the downside, but based on what happened on Friday, I think we need to just reevaluate ever so slightly. So moving down to the 1 hour, you can see big up, big down, above and below the moving averages the last week. So nothing really solid here, but what we do want to see is what's happening in this area here. So well, actually there's a third level as well. So one of these levels I would expect buyers to come in, and that is at 098218, 098127, and 098027. So you can see the oscillator at the moment all grouped to the upside, so I wouldn't want to be going long here, looking for the pullback into this area here before looking for an opportunity to buy into this. Just be warned, it is messy, so you can see these big ups and big downs, lots of confusion here, trying to build some structure. So the bulls are really trying to get a hold of this at the moment. Everything hinges on whether they can get support here or whether they manage to push it above 098654 and find support up there. So it's going to be a pretty volatile day. I would be waiting for structure and make sure that structure is sound before jumping in. Just based on this move here on Friday, I mean, that was 1,600 pips, 1.67% move. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen, and you can see similar thing happened on Friday, big down, and now we've got this big up. So yeah, you should still be trading with a trend. We failed to get to that structure. We failed to get to the structure. So I would be very cautious with longs or shorts at the moment. This was a massive move to the downside. We've basically come back to test the 155 and the moving average breaks at the moment. So I think the easiest way for US dollar euro, US dollar Japanese yen is to actually just look at the Fibonacci. We're at the 50% Fibonacci. There's the 61.8, and you can see there is structure to the left there. So let's do that. There is a bit of structure here, some swing lows from, this would have been Thursday. But I mean, if you look at the way we've been moving, and then look at how this plummeted 3.75%. So I'd be watching this zone here, and that is at 149.575. Only problem that I have with this is that your stop is above the high of Friday, and that is very far away. So look at that. So if you've got appetite for a 2,637 point stop loss, be my guest, but I don't. So I'll sit and wait for a little bit of a better structure. But it does look like if we get a rejection here, you're probably finding a move to the downside. So one way to do this would be on the 15-minute. Wait for price action to reject this area, and then give yourself a entry below the price action and a stop just above it. So you're going to probably end up with a 450 to 500 pip stop loss. Moving on to British pound Japanese yen. We broke this range to the downside, but then we've immediately come back to the upside. So one thing that is clear is that we have testing these moving averages break, and we are in an upward trend. There's no debate about that. But I suppose, again, it's not adhering to any structure. So I think if you just do that, there's your trend line. Look at the oscillators going about to cross over far apart. So I think this break to the downside is more than likely going to be a fake out. You're going to see some sort of a continuation to the upside. So again, down to the 1 hour. And you can see how messy this is. Big down on Friday. and we've already gapped up into the structure again. These two levels are still my levels that I need to pay attention to. So it's 167,299. There's a gap there as well, but I'm going to want to see us reject that and then start breaking these lows here before looking for shorts. And for longs, I'm again there's two areas. So the first one is going to be the breaker 169,838, and then the other one is going to be support here at the gap, which is at 166,796. So this is a different one. I think I'm just going to sit on the sides here. I don't think I want to get involved there. Moving on to Euro British Pound, and nothing really has changed. Beginning of the week we dropped below this range. Now we tested the top of the range. Now we're at the bottom of the range. Moving average is flat. Oscillator's not really giving us any indication of any direction, and you can see there above and below the moving averages all the time. So I would be paying attention to this gap though. There's quite a bit of structure here if you look to the left. Look at this. So if we get back, close that gap, and we start rejecting, probably well worth an opportunity here. You're going to have a 200-point stop loss basically, and what you'd be looking for is a 490-point gain to come and test this bottom area again. In actual fact, let's just fine-tune that. Just bring it up there. So your target area would be 0.86817. But at the moment, with the grouping that we've got here, basically because of the drop down, I wouldn't be too surprised to see us bounce off the bottom here. But yeah, I think I'd rather take the rejection higher up than try and play the range. It's going to be a lot easier to pick up a position. Anyway, looking like a little bit of a messy start to the week so far, so just be cautious, keep those stops tight, and when in doubt, keep the money in the pocket. It's always profitable. Anyway, that's it for me today on Forex. Hope it helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.